All right, man, I just sprinted back home when I got a notification on my phone that Zoom finally launched their Zoom apps. And oh my God, this is going to be like the most game-changing thing that has happened for anybody who facilitates virtual events, experiences, meetings, workshop since the beginning of the pandemic, maybe even for like the last few years. Because here's why. Zoom now allows you to use a bunch of collaborative and engagement tools and apps right within the app, so you don't have to send people to a link and a website and risk losing them when they come back. So I want to show you what this is all about. And quick note, I just spent about 45 minutes trying to learn everything there is, installing a couple of things and playing around with it, but I was just too excited. I needed to record this video right now and take you through it live. So if you're watching this live, let me know that you're here in the chat. Just say hi. And if you have any questions, if you want me to go look at something specific, try a specific app, let me know in the chat. All right, let's jump into the big announcement, Zoom apps. This is an awesome new integration, and there's so many different, now my dentist is calling me, there's so many different cool apps that you can try out from like rev.com with transcriptions, heads up if you ever played this fun party game, and actually share with you which ones are my favorite ones. I'm like curious about Dot Collector. That seems you can get some real-time feedback and polling. Kahoot. Anybody who works in education and schools probably knows Kahoot because this is a great way to do little quizzes and polls. There's a bunch more. I'm just going to show you the ones I'm most excited about. Hey Yo Chat. I actually had a chance to talk to the team months ago when they were first experimenting with this. So we'll try this out. This is basically a chat on steroids. So if you've gotten excited that Zoom now allows you to add emojis to the chat, you will love this chat because then you can add images and GIFs and all kinds of fun stuff too. Miro, if you have been using online whiteboard tools like Miro, actually Mural as well, both of them are now integrated right in Zoom. And this one is maybe one of my favorites, Mentimeter. I use this all the time to create beautiful word clouds, to do quick polls, to actually do quizzes. So I've already installed that one. As you can see, Mural is here too. There is one other thing that I'm really excited about. A timer, yes. Zoom now has the capability to add timers on your screen, and it's so easy. I already played around with that just this morning. And SurveyMonkey. So if you want to do polls, I've just did a video 2 days ago on the new exit poll feature in Zoom. But if you wanted to do something before they even leave the meeting, you could now integrate with SurveyMonkey. Of course, you could also use a tool like Mentimeter for that. So all of these apps are here. And I actually want to install one and walk you through the process so you know how to install an app. And then we'll jump into the Zoom client and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to try Mural. So it will tell you here kind of what the app is about. If you're new to Mural, it is a digital whiteboard tool that has a bunch of features for collaboration. And you can see all of the details here, kind of what you're going to authorize. You have to authorize the app first. So what we're going to do is visit site to install. And this will actually take us to this page where you just can review again what information the app is going to access. And if all of this looks good, we click authorize. And then it's actually asking us to open the Zoom app, which I already have open. So I'm going to click this anyway. And you can actually see on the side here, I need to change this window a little bit. It already has added Mural to my apps. And this is where I then can share it. So before we go there, before we jump into the Zoom app, and I'll show you how all of this works, I'm curious, which one of these apps that I just showed you are you most excited to try out in your next Zoom experience, event, workshop, meeting, whatever you call it? Let me know in the comments below, because there's definitely a few that I'm really, really excited about. So what we're gonna do now is I'll show you one more setting and one really important step that you need to make sure to do before you can actually see all of those apps popping up in the Zoom client. And for this, we are going to go to the Zoom settings. So if you're logged in with your account and you click on settings on the left menu bar, there now is a new tab that says Zoom apps. And you want to make sure that the Zoom apps quick launch button is enabled, because if that is not enabled, you won't see it in your Zoom app. I assume it's actually enabled by default, so you could turn it off if you don't want people using your account having access to the app, but make sure if you don't see it that you have this enabled. And here's the really, really important step. Once you install your first app, your first Zoom app, you need to restart your Zoom client. So close down Zoom, like this one, like close it down, quit Zoom, restart, and then you will see at the bottom of your menu bar, let me actually see if I can zoom in there a little bit. Hold on. Down here, you will see the new apps button. And when you click that, your apps show up on the sidebar. Here we go. So they will show up on the side. So let me just resize this so we can see this a little bit better. The fun thing is the apps button actually does not go under the more, it stays here. So even if you have your window minimized, you will still see it. And then you can choose between my apps. Here's the 4 that I've already installed. And you can, of course, discover and also look at some other tools that are here. And then if you wanted to add them, you can add them right from within the app. So you don't even have to go to the website. So let's go back to my apps. And I want to show you these 4. Let's start with a timer, because I think that's the one that I think everyone is really excited about, especially if you've been wanting to put timers for, let's say, journaling activities, for conversations or something that's happening in the main room rather than in a breakout room. Having a timer on screen is really useful. So I'm going to click timer here, and as you can see, really, really easy. I can kind of adjust it by the second if I want. I can also use one of the presets down here, like if I want to put it for 5 minutes, 10 seconds. There is, I think, a sound that goes off at the end. So for this experiment, we're just going to put a 10-second timer and see what happens. Right, clicking start. And I actually love the animation of the circle. That's very nice. Oh, time's up. And you hear it. It does like a little beep, 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 beep. It's not that distracting. So we can also do pop out. So if I wanted to put the timer separately and arrange some of my screen a little bit better, this is kind of a neat feature, because I always want to move things around. I could even make this timer nice and small and just have that kind of ready to go here, and maybe put it somewhere in the corner. The other things I can do, and this is the part that I have not yet tried out, is how does this actually look like from the participant's perspective if I start a timer. So let's jump into the participant's view for a second. So this is I logged in from another device, and this is what the participants see. And here you can see they also have the Zoom apps button at the bottom, and they right now don't see any apps that they have installed. So what happens when I click Start Timer on my main app? Start, and let's have a look what they see and if anything happens on their end. Okay, 3, 2, 1, time is up. So currently they will not see anything. So I have these two buttons on the top here. I can share my screen really easily. So if I click share, and computer audio will also share the beeping sound, then it will just share the timer again for the participant. They would then just see the timer. If I resize it maybe a little bit, that would look a bit nicer. So I'll show you what I'm doing over here. So I just resize it kind of like this, and then that gets shared, and we'll go another 5 seconds, and I click start, then this timer would show up on all the participants' screens and also make a sound so they can hear when the timer is up. The other thing that I can do on here, and I've tried this with other apps, I haven't tried it with the timer yet, is I can send to all participants. So if I click send to all, or I can select which participants should get an invite to this, I can send to all. Timer has been sent to everyone. So let's have a look. Here on the top corner, you can now see it says Jan Keck is inviting you to use a Zoom app timer. And I can click view. And then I can add that timer as well, which will take me to my website where I need to sign in. So let me do that real quick. Hold on. Let's jump over here for a second, and let me, where is, okay, this, I think I need to go over here and you need to see how I'm signing in. So hold on, because I need to sign in with another account. Oh, great. Now we get to do some, did I get them all? I am never so sure. Oh, an error occurred. Okay, maybe. Okay, you know what? We are going to try this again in a second. I want to show you some of the other apps so we're not wasting so much time here. Let me jump back in here. So I will close this app. We'll open up the apps again, and let's try out something else. Let's try out Mentimeter. So I think, again, when I invite people to the app, they would see it on their screen as well. I just need to quickly adjust this. So 1 second, we will be right back. Okay, hold on. I know what to do. We're gonna do like this, gonna do like this, and like this. This is the fun with live. Again, if you're watching this, let me know in the comments. This is your chance to check in with me. Okay, we got it to work. we have now logged in. I'm going to click request pre-approval. I think that should do it, but it says unable to install because it needs pre-approval by your account admin. Okay, I cannot log in currently because the account that I am using is actually somebody else's. So what are we gonna do? Hey, Andrea, hi from Italy. I saw you tuning in live earlier this week. Hi, Daniel. Thanks for tuning in. Where are you based? I think we're gonna go back to showing some of the other apps because this did not work. I will try it again later because I need to log in with a different Zoom account to make sure that I can add this. And do you need to activate apps to work? Yes, if it doesn't show up on your Zoom app yet, the big tip is restart the app. That will help kind of reset everything, and then you should see this apps button at the bottom. So let's try out the Mentimeter one, because this is a tool that I use all the time. So let me make sure that nobody sees my login. And I can add my very secret password. Nice, we got people from Italy, we got people from Netherlands. I'm from Germany originally, so we have a whole like European crowd here. If anybody's tuning in from North America, let me know. So now I've joined, signed in through the Mentimeter app. I can choose my presentation. I do need to again send it to make sure everyone has the app so they can see it. So it looks like for any of the apps to work and show up on the participants Zoom app as well, number one, they probably need to have the most up-to-date Zoom app. Number two, we need to send them the invitation to add the Zoom app to their Zoom client. So just when you're facilitating, when you're running meetings, when you're running workshops, this might be a really great thing to give people heads up about. Hey, we'll be using this Zoom app, click here to download it ahead of time. And before you actually start using it, make sure you share the link again. And I think that's the easy part. We can just click the send button and then send it to everyone, and then they get an invitation that again should show up. Hold on, where did the Zoom app go? If I click send to all, you get a little pop-up on the top here that just invites you to add the app. So I need to figure out for a moment on how to add this to my other account so we can actually see what it looks like from the participants' perspective. But this is kind of what it looks like here. If I wanted to launch a quiz that I already have created, okay, it's now asking me to make sure that I've sent it to people. Let's say I have this word cloud here, or an open kind of speech bubbles one. I think if I'm using this, I would again go and click pop out. So that way I have this kind of separately. And this also will be great once I click share to then show up on participants, on the participants, for participants having trouble joining. Let me close this too. So this way, again, they can see the results. I don't need to necessarily invite them to the app if I just show results. But if I want them to enter their words within the Zoom app, I will need to do that. Will they work if connecting via browser? That's a great question. I actually have not tried this out yet, so that might be a way we could play around with this. So let's have a look. Let's join this meeting from the browser. Let me make sure that nobody is again seeing those details. Let me copy my meeting ID and we'll actually join my own meeting via browser. Oh, but I should not be logged in. So let's try this again from incognito. So I'm not logged in. And we can try it out. Okay, I'm going to close this up and we can see my browser has entered the waiting room, so let's admit them. Okay, they've already been sent an invitation, so let's see what that looks like. Yes, camera is not launched properly because I didn't connect that. And do I have the apps? It looks like I don't see any options for apps. So I don't think the browser works yet. I know there's a big update coming to the browser app in the second week of August. I'm hoping that that might fix that. So that leaves us, I still need to log in with my other Zoom account. So let me do that and actually sign out and not log in with any account. Okay, 1 second, and then we will try this out. Thanks for hanging in there and trying this out with me. Although I think it will then ask me to to log in to be able to install the app, I assume. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay. We are back. Let's try out the Heyo chat. Yes, I do need to be signed in. So people do need to be signed in to be able to use any of the apps. So that means I need to try this one more time. For anybody who's watching this live, later I'll actually cut out that whole section. So if you watch the video later, we don't have to go back and forth. I'll actually figure this out and we'll do it again. I should play some music while we wait. Here, let me see if I can get it done while this song plays. And see if by then I fixed it. Yes, I do. I did see that pre-approved button, but I do need to be logged in with an account where I am the owner. So I logged in with an account where I am not the owner. And that was the problem, where it didn't let me install the app. So if you're working with people who are in organizations, then they might not be able to do this unless their admin person allows them to install the app. are logged in. Let's join the meeting. And admit myself. Okay, I will fade out this music and we'll go back here. Okay, admitting myself. Now I should be able to do this. Okay, there you chat, add, and now I need to go through these steps here. For Heyo Chat, it actually sends me to the website, which I need to enable. Let's go. I think I clicked add to Zoom before. And hold on, I am still signed in with the wrong account. So one more interruption for 1 second. Let's make sure that we're signed in with the correct account in the website as well. This is exactly what I would highly recommend if you're planning to use any of the Zoom apps, that you share this with your participants ahead of time. Okay, hold on. Now they're gonna make me choose some chimneys. Can you see them? I think this is one. I think this is one. I think is this one. Okay, and now I can authorize the app and go back to Zoom. And we have our first app. Okay, let's go. Okay, okay, it says to refresh. Let's also add the Mentimeter so we can see that. So let me go back to my, I will start this video so you can see me here. Let's go back to here and share again the Mentimeter, because I would love to try that and actually run a little thing. So send to all participants. We'll jump over here. Okay, I can see I got the invitation. View. Add. Let's see if that's going to send me to the website again. Yes, again to the website. Authorize. Okay. Open Zoom. And now it's going to ask me to log in. Well, I don't want to log in. Join a presentation. So I wonder, it would be great when I launch a presentation here that it automatically would show it on the code. Click share. Let's see. No, I think what the process that will be the way is I will make this, I will make this a pop out, make that a bit smaller so it's not taking up so much of my screen. I will click share. And now participants can see the code on the top. And I guess I should make sure that I remove this. So now participants can, oh, a participant attached a presentation. Oh, great. So now I click join. There we go. And then I don't have to put in a code. I can just type in my answer. And thanks for the heads up, Andrea. You've got to click share. Yes, I need to click share. So once I click share, that's when it pops up here. So now I can share. Well, I don't know. Confidence. Submit. And then that should show up on my Mentimeter down here. There we go. All right, we made it work. We made it work. Thanks. It was a team effort. It was a team effort. So you can use all of these different apps. Like I said, the timer. Now I'm curious if I open the timer and I send that to participants. If that does, like, is it necessary to send this to all participants? Let's find out. Let's find out and add it as a participant. Oh, by the way, this Mentimeter thing stays open even if now that I stopped sharing, which is nice. Okay, it's going to take us to the website. We're going to click authorize. Come back to Zoom. And now it looks like I, as a participant, can set my own timer. But what if the host starts a timer? Does that do anything over here? Maybe I need to share it again. Let's do no audio. And it doesn't do anything. So in this case, for the timer, there is no real reason for why you would want to invite, like send this to your participants. They don't need that app to have installed. You can just simply share that screen. So I think this is going to be the end of this video. I'll actually do a proper walkthrough through some of the apps that I love to use. Maybe I'll do like the top 5 apps. Let me know in the chat if that would be useful. And I see Daniel still having a challenge for the apps not showing up. So there's one thing that I shared at the very beginning, which is make sure that on the Zoom settings, let me actually share that with you. In the Zoom settings, there is a new tab called Zoom Apps. Make sure that this switch is turned on. Only then you will be able to see that little apps button at the bottom. So make sure that is turned on and then restart, like relaunch Zoom app. It actually prompted me to do that once I installed my first app. And then I hope that it will show up. Plus, you also need to make sure that you are on the most recent Zoom version that came out on Monday. So if you go to the Zoom app, which by the way, here you get the apps as well. But if you just click up here and check for updates, you want to make sure that you're in version 5.3. That is the newest one that came out on Monday. So I think once you do all of these 3 steps, it should work. All right, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for letting me play around, experiment with this. I totally believe that this is a game changer, because there's so many other apps, video conferencing apps, that said, hey, the way we are different is because we integrate with all of these third-party applications, and now Zoom does that as well, which means, in my opinion, Zoom just has the most reliability. It's the thing that we've been using for the last year and a half. Most people are familiar with it. So I much rather use that, and it will lower the learning curve for everyone to like have amazing collaborations, add Kahoot quizzes and polls without sending your participants to a website. I guess not completely true, because they still have to go to the website once to authorize the app. But once that is done, that app stays within your Zoom app, and whenever you join again the next time, it will already be there, so you don't have to do that step more than once. So I think this is definitely going to be a game changer. Thanks for tuning in from Italy and from the Netherlands. I would love to see you again if I'm doing more of these live streams. This was an unplanned one because I didn't know that they're going to release it today. It was supposed to happen months ago. They announced it last year at their big Zoomtopia conference. So the day is finally here. Let's all update our Zoom apps and start using it. And I will see you very soon. Bye.